Hair loss is one of the biggest problems that plague many women and men. It calls by doctors, baldness. What is hair loss? And what are the types? What are his symptoms? What are the reasons for it? Can it treat? Do I need to see a doctor or can I treat it at home? All this and more we will talk about today. Also, we will offer you a simple home recipe, with the ingredients in every home. This recipe will help you end this problem once and for all. To buy the recipe's requirements, the link is in the description. It is necessary to pay attention to your hair condition, in order for you to have early hair loss prevention if any. Attention and follow-up make you avoid the problem of baldness. Because when the treatment begins early, the treatment is more effective. Many people are afraid that hair loss is genetic. Here we would like to reassure them that it isn't genetic at all. But the infectious disease may lead to hair loss. Fungi may accumulate on the scalp, leaving it without treatment and leading to hair loss. So you must do early prevention, until the problem can't exacerbate. And it leads to alopecia disease or even baldness. To buy vitamins that help prevent hair loss, the link is in the description. Types of hair loss. Hair loss is of two types, either permanent or temporary. Permanent hair loss, the most common is genetic baldness, whether in males or females. It affects 50% of men over the age of 50, and 50% of women are over the age of 65. Temporary hair loss, it is the result of several emergency things, such as taking some medications or having a certain disease. This ends immediately after the end of the disease, and it begins to germinate again. Signs of hair loss and symptoms. Gradual thinning over the head. This type is the most common. It affects both males and females when they get older. Circular and patchy bald spots. Some lose their head hair, beard, or eyebrows in the form of patchy, circular bald spots. It may itch before the hair loss begins. Sudden thinning of hair. This is due to the psychological state. When the psychological state is bad, there is relaxation in the hair. Excessive hair loss when combing or showering. Although this is a thinning of the entire hair, it is temporary. To buy the recipe's requirements, the link is in the description. Full body hair loss. This is due to some treatments such as chemotherapy. It causes hair loss all over the body. But usually, the hair grows back after the end of the treatment period. To earn money by playing games and watching videos, the link is in the description. Patches with scales on the scalp. This accompanies hair loss, bloating, and bleeding in the scalp. Receding hairline. When should you visit the doctor? When feeling itchy or burning in the scalp. Sudden hair loss. Hair loss more than usual. Hair loss all over the body. It is better to start treatment early to avoid the disasters that result from this problem. Also, you must know the reason behind this problem, so that you can treat it in the right way and before it is too late. Is it normal for hair to lose out? In fact, hair loss at a normal rate is a very normal thing to happen. This is because every 3 months, the hair goes through a phase called the hair loss cycle. So what is the hair loss cycle? Before, doctors and experts conducted studies on the hair loss cycle. As we mentioned, they proved that hair goes through a life cycle that lasts 3 months. After that, the hair falls out, the germination stage begins, and then the stage of stability. Bearing in mind that the hair doesn't fall out once. But there is no doubt that the life cycle of hair varies from person to person, as well as the amount of loss. The hair life cycle divides into 3 stages. Active hair growth, which lasts from 2 to 8 years. Transitional hair growth, which lasts from 2 to 3 weeks. The resting phase lasts from 2 to 3 months. At the end of this phase, hair falls out and new hair begins to grow. And the cycle begins again. What is the rate of natural hair loss? Hair sheds from 50 to 100 hairs per day. The longer the hair, the higher the rate of precipitation. No need to worry about the amount of hair falling out daily. This is because the scalp contains more than 100,000 hairs, so the natural loss of hair does not make a difference. Is the normal rate of hair falling in women different from men? As an illustration, there is no exact way to measure the difference between them. But hair falls out in greater quantities in women than men. This is due to the dyes, and the degree of heat to which the hair exposes due to the hairdressers, as well as the physical changes that occur in women. Also pregnancy, childbirth, and the menstrual cycle. So what does hair loss causes? Are there ways to restore hair after a loss? The causes of hair loss are many and varied. We will mention them to you in detail. And is it possible to restore the hair falling out again or not? If the cause is not clear, it is best to consult a doctor to get a hair loss consultation. Hereditary hair loss. This type is more common in both men and women, and it is called androgenetic alopecia. This happens when you inherit the genes that cause the follicles to shrink. This may start in some people in their teens, but most often it starts at a later age. This type of hair loss in women is generally manifested by thinning or widening of part of the head. As for men, it appears as a receding hairline or a bald spot on the top of the head. Is it possible to grow hair again in this case? Yes, it is possible, but you should also start treatment early. Because early hair loss prevention and care will help you avoid the problem once and for all. Early hair loss prevention. Hair loss due to aging. At a certain age, many people notice that hair growth has slowed down after falling out, which leads to thinning of the scalp over time. Women also notice the beginning of a receding hairline. Is it possible to treat it at this stage? If you can discover this matter early, you can solve the problem and keep hair loss prevention. Hormonal imbalance. Polycystic ovary syndrome is one of the most common causes of hormonal imbalance. Also, some types of birth control pills lead to hormonal imbalances. As a result of this, hair loss or hair thinning occurs. Possibility of treatment. In some cases, when it comes to restoring the balance of hormones, you can prevent hair loss. To buy the recipe's requirements, the link is in the description. Styling, hair straightening, and dyeing from reasons for losing hair. Many times, some people pull their hair back with hair ties, which leads to a lot of hair loss. Doctors call it traction alopecia. Others use hair straighteners that pull the hair when styling. Also, the high temperature of the styling tools leads to damage to the follicles and then to their loss. There are also people who pull their hair back in the belief that this relieves tension. This is the biggest mistake because this pull leads to hair loss, that called hair pulling. Another major point is the use of chemical hair dyes, which has the most harmful effects on the scalp and hair. Is it possible for hair loss cure during these habits? In fact, no, you must stop all these bad habits to be able to stop hair loss and then grow it again. Some types of diseases cause hair loss. Alopecia areata. This disease causes the body's immune system to attack the hair follicles, which causes hair loss, not only from head hair, but can cause from any part of the body. Some people lose their eyebrows or eyelashes as well. After treatment for this disease, hair can return on its own. And if it is no longer normal, there are some treatments that stimulate hair growth. Cancer and hair loss. When receiving chemotherapy makes hair loss. Sometimes it is complete or partial falling within a few days from the start of treatment. To help reduce hair loss during treatment, you can wear a heat cap during treatment. Also, when stopping chemotherapy, the hair grows again. Scalp infection. This causes inflamed or scaly areas on the scalp. Some people develop bald spots from this infection. Once this infection treats, the hair will grow back. Scalp psoriasis causes hair loss. People with plaque psoriasis suffer from scalp psoriasis. May lead to hair loss. Once treated, the hair returns to germination and growth. Scarring alopecia areata. This type of inflammation leads to the destruction of the scalp, so that the hair follicles become unable to grow and germinate again. In fact, treatment, in this case, is difficult, because the reason here is to destroy the hair follicles. But early detection of this disease can prevent further hair loss. Sexually transmitted infection, this type, if left untreated, leads to hair loss. Like syphilis, this type causes partial hair loss in some parts of the body, such as the head, beard, and eyebrows. Once treated for this disease, the hair grows back. Thyroid diseases cause hair loss. People who suffer from thyroid problems notice that the hair falls out when combed. Once treated for this problem, hair loss stops. To buy the recipe's requirements, the link is in the description. Malnutrition and anemia. One of the biggest causes of hair loss. Because the body loses many vitamins and minerals it needs, such as biotin, iron, zinc, selenium, and protein. Pregnancy also causes hair loss. And do not forget the menstrual cycle, which plays a major role in this problem. This is due to the malnutrition that women exposed to due to blood loss during the menstrual cycle. When proper nutrition and solving the problem of anemia, hair returns to its natural path. Falling stops and germination again. Improper hair care. Many believe that frequent hair washing leads to its cleanliness, and thus the prevention of diseases in the scalp, and thus preserving hair from falling out. Let's pause here to clarify something very important. Frequent hair washing leads to the removal of beneficial bacteria from the scalp. Thus, the rate of hair loss increases. To buy the recipe's requirements, the link is in the description. Also, using chemical shampoos damages hair very much, because it causes hair damage in general. Not only hair loss, but also frizziness, brittleness, roughness, and more. You can learn how to make natural shampoo at home, the link is in description. Also, combing hair while it is wet, is one of the biggest mistakes that many people make. Rubbing the hair with a towel to dry it from the water, causes frizz and falls. Combing the hair with a narrow comb, exacerbates the problem in a very large way. Once you avoid all these mistakes, the hair will grow again, and the loss will reduce. Taking medicines causes hair loss. Some medicines cause hair loss. If you are taking a certain medication and notice that your hair is falling out, you should consult a doctor immediately, as the prescribed medication could be the cause. It is very normal for the hair to return to its condition after stopping this type of medicine. To buy vitamins that help prevent hair loss, the link is in the description. Hair loss tips. Follow a healthy diet. Reducing anxiety and stress. Avoid using dyes and hair straighteners. Avoid pulling the hair back and tying it tight. Completely stay away from chemical shampoo. Rapid treatment of diseases, especially diseases that affect the scalp. Is it possible to treat hair loss in natural ways? Of course yes, many people resort to getting rid of the problem of hair loss in natural and home ways, without the need to go to the doctor. This is due to its very high efficiency. It's also inexpensive. Is hair loss treatment in natural ways successful or myths? Dear reader, natural methods are one of the most successful ways to end the problem of hair loss once and for all. Is hair loss treatment in natural ways safe or harmful? In fact, 100% of natural materials are 100% safe and do not have any final harm or danger. But you must pay attention to the ingredients of each recipe, so you can stay away from it if you see an ingredient that you are allergic to. Today we will present a 100% natural recipe that will help you get rid of your hair loss problems, or at least reduce it to a very, very large extent. The recipe is valid for men, women, and children the age of 5 years and over. But you must make sure to get rid of the removed causes of hair loss first. To buy vitamins that help prevent hair loss, the link is in the description. Very important. First, before using the recipe, we ask you to cleanse the liver of toxins, until you reach the best results in the least possible time. To show how to filter the liver from toxins, the link is in the description. When knowing the ingredients, if you are allergic to any ingredient, do not use the recipe. Or if you do not know whether you have an allergy or not, mix a small part of the ingredients, and put a small part of it behind the ear or on the wrist, and wait 15 minutes. If no redness or irritation occurs, you can use the recipe. It is necessary to ensure that the selected oils and herbs are 100% natural, to get the best results in the shortest possible time. Fourth, if you are following up with a doctor to treat your hair loss, you must ask first before using the recipe. To buy the recipe's requirements, the link is in the description. The components: virgin sesame oil, fresh basil leaves. Cover half a cup of basil leaves with a cup of extra virgin sesame oil. How to make hair loss recipe. First, cut the basil leaves by hand, do not use a knife so that the volatile oil does remain in it. Put the sesame oil with basil on the stove. Keep stirring. As soon as it starts to boil, turn off the heat. Put the ingredients in a black bottle and left in a dark place for 4 weeks. You must stir them daily. Take the mixture and filter. We'll take the oil. To earn money by playing games and watching videos, the link is in the description. How to stop hair loss finally. There are two methods that you can use for this recipe for hair loss cure. The first method is an oil bath. First, wash your hair with a natural shampoo or baby shampoo. The hair must be 60% wet. After that, distribute the mixture to the entire hair, and do not forget the scalp, it is the basis. It is necessary to make sure that the oil reaches the entire scalp and hair. After that, do a scalp massage for 5 to 10 minutes. Then cover it with a nylon bag, and tie the hair with a scarf. Leave for 2 to 3 hours on the hair. Then wash with natural shampoo or baby shampoo. Then use moisturizer. To buy the recipe's requirements, the link is in the description. Repeat this action daily for 2 consecutive weeks. The second and third weeks are only twice a week. After that, once a week is enough, as a preventative hair loss treatment. The second method is as a moisturizer for hair. If your hair is the type that does not dry out from using oils, you can use it as a moisturizer for hair. Focus on the scalp. You must take drops of it daily, and apply them to the scalp with a massage for 5 to 10 minutes. In this case, you must wash the hair twice a week to avoid clogging the scalp. To buy vitamins that help prevent hair loss, the link is in the description. When do the results start appearing? As we know that natural mixtures need patience and continuity. With continuity, results begin to appear after the first month of use. For more information, read this. Try this recipe to cure hair loss or as a preventative hair loss treatment, and tell us the results in the comments. If you have any questions or requests, leave us a comment. And if you want a special course for treatment or beauty, do not hesitate to write to us.